Gerard here, FXLiveDayTrading.com, and today we're going to go over the S&P 500 Futures Index. We'll have a look at that. It is the 5th of August, and we are long, we're still long, the SPX, and we are long at the 4,000 area, 4,400 area. Now, this was a little bit of a tricky trade, I have to admit. You know, some people were looking for that break and follow through to the downside. We were just staying neutral, and our rule was if it jumps above the 4,400, then we'll go ahead and take a long. If we get a break below on volume, we'll go ahead and take a short. So we took that long. So far, so good. However, we're getting into that lunchtime and going to be taking some profit very soon from what I think. So our entry was not necessarily the 4,400. I got in at 4,402. Some got filled a little bit higher, some a little bit lower, whatever. But the bottom line is, so far, so good. This here is a 4-hour chart that I'm going over. It's a 4-hour chart. And we move over a little bit to the left here. We have that 1 hour. And if you remember, this was that pretty aggressive pop that we saw a few days back. And we haven't seen much action since. And this is very typical of the start of August. And what I'm thinking now, again, I don't want to get too set in this opinion, because you can never do that if you are a trader, because that's very dangerous to start getting set in your opinion, thinking that, oh, this is going to happen, and you're like imagining it like if it's some kind of a goal. Don't do that. It's nonsense. It's gotten me in trouble many, many times. So what I'm thinking is we are ranging here. You can see we're going up, we're going down, we're ranging up until right around that 4430 area as the top part. And at this point, until we break and then let's say retest, we're just ranging. Until we break, retest down here, we're just ranging. So stop trying to pick it. It's human nature to try and pick a direction on something. We are right now, because we're long, obviously, but sometimes you're in a long, it starts to look sour, and you're like, okay, let me get out. That's what the stop area is for. So, you know, you don't want to play with your emotions too much and expect that you're going to get yourself out when you want to get out, or when you said that you were going to get out, based upon the stop that you set earlier today, earlier yesterday, an hour ago, a minute ago, whatever it is. Sometimes, for most of us, it just kind of doesn't work unless you're very disciplined. You say, okay, if it hits this area, I'm out. So be careful with that. Right now, our opinion is that we're going sideways and we're going to get ready to take a profit. Who the heck knows what's going to happen? I mean, it's lunchtime. We could get late day news. It could pop above this and blow all these stops. We could pop down here. I don't know. Okay, but from what it seems like, we are ranging here. Came up, ranged, came up, same thing happened, but now we're making a higher low. So this may be a little concerning for those who are short, and maybe the perma bears out there that think that, you know, just because we had some news on COVID that we're going to see a drop in the stock market. That's not necessarily the case. You know, the original COVID that happened, that was talked about like during December, January. It took a few months for that to materialize and really have an impact on the stock market, and sentiment went sour, and so on and so forth, as many of you know. So if you can get anything from this video, I would say just watch this range, okay? And the range is, I'm going to say the bottom level is, let's say, maybe 43.76 area, all the way up to 44.30. And just watch those levels. If we get a follow through, great. If not, trade the range. What is wrong with trading the range? Nothing wrong with it. All right. So I hope this kind of helped to give you some thoughts on the SPX. I don't have a long bias and I don't have a short bias right now. So I'm just hanging in there. If I don't see something set up during the month of August, that's fine. I'm not going to push it. Just stand aside, let it happen. Everybody have a good one. And I look forward to seeing you at FX Live, daytrading.com.